Isaac's been pretty good for you this year, right?
Yes, sir.
It just feels like there's always some sort of new mistake lurking around the corner. That's something that he can't afford to do, and right. And how do you go about kind of moving forward so there are few newer mistakes and also fewer repeat mistakes?
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you, Ike was very upset. He obviously saw the fair catch call, and he was going to run by the returner. Credit to their returner, a returner who has many returns under his belt. He was very savvy with the late fair catch signal, but Ike still had enough time to see it and get out of the way, and then the returner kind of nudged into him. So credit to that guy. Bad on our part. We'll just have to break down sooner once we see that fair catch signal, and he has to get out of the way.
Bill Huber.
Hey, Mo, Merry Christmas to you.
Yes, sir. Same to you.
Obviously, Mason hasn't had to make any long ones over the last two games, but he has made, I believe, 12 in a row the last two games. Maybe my math is wrong, but something like that. What does that do for that group to get a pretty good run of success going here?
Well, I'm definitely not keeping track of that. We just take it one rep at a time. The goal each time we take the field with that unit is to go 1-0. That group has put together some back-to-back weeks of good practice preparation, which typically equates to game reality. Now we have to take that practice preparation. I'm transferring from that unit now, that phase, and our other phases, because we're practicing really well and doing things exactly what we're supposed to do in practice, and take that to the game field as well in the other phases.
Jason Wilde.
Mo, do you feel like you're getting closer to where you want to be? I know you're working awfully hard at it, but it looks like your coverage units were back where you kind of wanted them to be without the one mistake. You feel like you're trending in the right direction now?
Yes, we feel like we're trending in the right direction as pertains to what we're getting on the practice field. Once again, we have to take it to the game field. That's where it counts. That's where we get judged on. So, yes, we're trending in the right direction, but it has to show up on this Saturday. It has to show up on Sundays or whenever they ask us to play. It has to show up at that time.
Bill, do you have another question?
I do. What was the thinking of Shannon on punt returns, and what's the challenge for you on the kickoff returns, as it was kind of a revolving door back there because of the injuries last week?
Yes. So as far as Chandon goes, Chandon did a great job of coming in, giving the ball back to our offense. He will continue to have opportunities. Amari will continue to have opportunities. Chandon basically was used at that time out of necessity. He was available to us, so we decided to use him. As far as kickoff return goes, I tell you, we tried our best. We knew that, first of all, their kicker's very talented. I think he's the most talented kicker in the league as far as his toolbox on what he's able to do. So we knew if our big guy had to go back deep, we knew at some point they were going to try a sky kick. And we tried our best to keep him out of that situation, but based upon availability at that time, which you alluded to, some injuries and things of that nature, he was in the ball game. Now, here's the deal. He practices catching those sky kicks on the regular. He catches it on Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays. He does a good job executing. I'm a little disappointed, not a little, but I'm disappointed that we were not able to execute on that play there. But we knew that at some point they were going to try that based upon what we had on the field availability-wise.
Kyle Malzahn.
Hey, Mo, you mentioned how you guys are doing all the right things in practice and how you want to bring it to the games. I guess I'm wondering, where do you think that disconnect is? Maybe just guys overthinking it, or what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I have several schools of thoughts, and what we're trying to do is alleviate maybe the added pressure that they're putting on themselves. These guys want to do well. They know what to do in the classroom. They can regurgitate their assignments. They understand the rules and the application of the rules. It's just we have to free their minds so that their bodies can follow and react in a fast-paced, fast manner without the thinking portion of it.
Jason Wilde.
Mo, Bojo set a pretty high standard during the first portion of the season. I'm not sure what's going on with him. What do you see with him? Because he hasn't quite been as good lately.
Yeah, well, there's several factors into that. One of the factors is kicking here in conditions. You look across the league, a lot of punters' numbers are declining because of the weather, and so we have to. That's going to factor in. That's going to always happen each year naturally. But outside of that, he's going to be fine. We're not worried about Bojo at all.